The tale of Little Tadpole. In a quiet, serene pond, there lived a lively group of tadpoles. Their shiny black bodies glided through the water, like a group of joyful little sprites. Every day, they swam freely around the pond, enjoying a carefree life without any worries. Among these tadpoles, there was one particular little tadpole named Little Black. Like the others, he loved to dart through the water plants and chase the shimmering waves under the sunlight. But unlike the other tadpoles, Little Black had a dream that set him apart. He wasn't just content with playing in the pond, he longed to explore the world beyond the pond. He often overheard the dragonflies and birds by the pond talking about the outside world, a place with vast skies, dense forests, and great rivers. These tales filled Little Black with curiosity. One day, Little Black couldn't resist sharing his dream with his best friend, Little Gray. "Little Gray, I really want to see the world outside this pond. It must be even more beautiful than our pond." Little Black said excitedly. Little Gray, however, was concerned. "Little Black, the outside world is too dangerous for tadpoles like us. We're fine just the way we are here. Why would you want to take such a risk?" Little Black lowered his head, understanding Little Gray's worries, but he still couldn't suppress his desire to see the outside world. "Maybe you're right, Little Gray, but I can't shake the feeling that this pond isn't my only home. I want to know what the world is like once we become frogs." And so, a seed of hope was planted in Little Black's heart. As time passed, Little Black's body began to change. His tail gradually shortened, and his limbs started to grow. He was slowly transforming from a little tadpole into a young frog. During this time, Little Black never forgot his dream. He continuously trained himself, learning to jump, swim more agilely, and practiced making sounds at night, mimicking the calls of adult frogs. He knew that these skills would help him explore the world in the future. Finally, one day, Little Black fully transformed into a frog. He felt strong enough to pursue his dream. So, on a bright and sunny morning, Little Black decided to bid farewell to the pond and embark on a journey into the unknown world. "Goodbye, Little Gray. Thank you for always being there for me," Little Black said with deep affection. Little Gray was still worried, but he knew Little Black had made up his mind, so he didn't try to stop him. "Good luck, Little Black. I hope you come back safely." Little Black nodded, then with a light leap, he left the pond and began his journey along a path leading to the forest. When Little Black first set foot on land, he felt a sense of freedom he had never experienced before. The earth was so vast, the air filled with the scent of grass and trees, and the warm sunlight on his back made him feel incredibly comfortable and happy. He leaped joyfully, heading towards the distant forest. Little Black hopped through the dense grass and met many new friends along the way. First, he encountered a group of ants busy carrying food. Although the ants were small, they moved quickly and orderly, with each ant knowing exactly what it was supposed to do. This amazed Little Black. "Hello, my ant friends." Little Black greeted them cheerfully. "Hello, Mr. Frog," the ants replied in unison. "Where do you come from, and where are you going?" "I come from the pond over there. I'm exploring this forest to learn all about it," Little Black answered excitedly. The ants chuckled at his enthusiasm. "This forest is vast. You can explore it at your own pace. Even we haven't been to all the places here yet. But be careful, there are dangerous areas in the forest." Little Black nodded, thanked the ants for their advice, and continued hopping forward. Next, Little Black arrived at a sea of flowers, where colorful blooms filled the air with sweet scents. Among the flowers, a group of bees was busy collecting nectar. Little Black was enchanted by the beauty of the scene and couldn't help but stop to admire it. "Hello, bees," Little Black called out. "Hello, little frog," the bees responded politely, continuing their work. "You are so hardworking, busy every day," Little Black marveled. "Yes, we must gather enough honey during the flowering season to survive the cold season. Time is very precious to us," the bees replied. Little Black felt a deep respect for the bees. "Your lives are so meaningful, working hard for a better future." The bees nodded in agreement. Little Black, inspired by their dedication, thanked them and resumed his exploration. Along the way, Little Black encountered many other animals. There were slow-moving turtles, agile squirrels, and birds that loved to sing. Each animal had its own way of life and wisdom, which made Little Black realize how rich and diverse the world was. However, not all the animals in the forest were friendly. One day, Little Black encountered a hungry snake. The snake eyed Little Black with a cunning gaze, ready to make him its next meal. "Little frog, come into my embrace. I'll give you warmth and safety," the snake cooed sweetly, but Little Black quickly sensed the snake's ill intentions. He leaped swiftly onto a high branch, escaping the snake's attack. "Thank you for your offer, but I have my own path to follow," Little Black replied cleverly. This thrilling encounter taught Little Black that the outside world had both beauty and danger. It made him more cautious and appreciative of every experience. Time flew by, and Little Black spent many days in the forest. He saw vast grasslands, crossed flowing streams, and even climbed a tall mountain from which he could overlook the entire forest. At that moment, Little Black felt a satisfaction he had never known before, proud of himself for fulfilling his dream. However, as time passed, Little Black began to miss his home and friends. He thought of the water plants in the pond, of Little Gray, and of the warm sunlight and familiar ripples on the water. He knew that, although the outside world was exciting, the pond would always be his true home. So, Little Black decided to end his adventure and return to the pond. On his way back, he continued to see many beautiful sights and friendly animals, which made him cherish the journey home even more. Finally, one day, Little Black returned to the familiar pond. It was just as peaceful and beautiful as he remembered. The water plants swayed gently in the breeze, and the familiar scents filled the air. Little Gray had been waiting for him, and when he saw Little Black return safely, he jumped up in excitement. "Little Black, you're finally back. We've all missed you so much." Little Black joyfully reunited with Little Gray, feeling the warmth of home. He shared all his experiences and adventures with Little Gray and the other tadpole friends. They listened in awe, filled with admiration and respect for Little Black. The outside world is indeed vast and wonderful, but it also holds many unknown dangers, Little Black concluded. But no matter how far I traveled, the pond was always the place I wanted to return to. This is where my most beloved friends and family are. Little Gray nodded, understanding Little Black's feelings and learning much from his experiences. As time went on, Little Black became one of the most respected frogs in the pond. He not only inspired the younger tadpoles with his stories but also taught them how to face life's challenges, how to balance adventure with safety, and how to cherish their home. The little tadpoles in the pond grew up gradually, and under Little Black's guidance, they learned how to live bravely after becoming frogs, how to pursue their dreams while always remembering that the pond was their true home. Whenever they were about to leave the pond to explore the outside world, Little Black would always remind them, be brave in chasing your dreams, but never forget that the pond will always be your home. And so, Little Black's story became a legend passed down from generation to generation in the pond. Every little tadpole, upon hearing this story, would be filled with courage and hope. They knew that no matter how far they traveled, the pond would always be there, waiting for them to return safely. This fable teaches us that while dreams are worth pursuing, home is our ultimate destination. We can explore and adventure in the outside world, but when we are tired and lonely, home will always be the warmest and safest haven. Do you still like today's story? If you like, please remember to subscribe to this channel and click the like icon. You can receive notifications and hear the latest stories as soon as possible. Good night, my baby.